can make an argument that AVT was the Jets' MVP in 2022. When he went down with injury, the course of the season changed. So let's take a look at his All-22 and I'll show you why I am excited about Alijah Vera. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? It's Luke here from Play Like a Jet, and we are back in the film room with another All-22 breakdown, and today we're looking at Alijah Vera. Man, Week 7 ruined the Jets' season. It's really easy to pinpoint the Breece Hall ACL as why the Jets' offense declined, but I think the AVT elbow injury was an even bigger factor. They could not run the ball after that point. But when AVT was on the field, he was phenomenal. I think he was the Jets' most valuable player in 2022. Over his last 8 starts in the NFL, he's played 4 different positions on the O-line, and he's excelled at each and every one. So here he is to start the season against the Cleveland Browns, and he's at the right guard spot. He and Connor McGovern execute this cross block to perfection. Have a look at the work AVT does on the zero tech. Explosive out of his stance, tight hands, and you know that Breece Hall is going to milk every single ounce out of that play. Talking about the technique of Alijah Vera here. Does a really nice job exploding out of his stance. He's powerful and gets that right hand inside. He's trying to displace the zero tech, get his back to Connor McGovern and open up this lane for Breece Hall, and he does it superbly. It's about the way he works his right arm through the block, but then look how he absorbs the contact, his upper body torque and rotation, and how that allows him to work his body through the block and just throw the zero tech to the side and open up an enormous lane. It does not get any better than this. At full speed once again, bang, grown man strength, throws him out of the way, and that lane is too big for Breece Hall. Just a phenomenal job from both McGovern, but especially AVT. He's got to travel a long way here to get to the zero tech, does it with ease, shows off that torque, strength, and the tight hands, and that is perfection to start the video. But we also know that Alijah Vera is a beast out in front of screens in space. Once again, the right guard spot in week 2. Have a look at AVT go to work. Get out the athleticism and look at the physicality, the eyes, and the play strength. Goodness gracious me. Alijah Vera on this play throws Greg Newsome like he weighs 100 pounds. He picks that man up and throws him 5 yards down the field. It is ridiculous. AVT, get out of here, and then still has the wherewithal to find the linebacker at the next level and drive him off the screen as well. This is just superb, guys. A guy that weighs 300 pounds or near that, moving like this in space, having the eyes, the play strength as I mentioned, but also the discipline. He's just a phenomenal player. When he's used on pin pull concepts, crack tosses, out in front of screens, he's just superb. These movement skills, the physicality, they all come to the fore. Last rep looking at AVT at right guard, and this time we're going to pivot to pass protection one-on-one against Myles Garrett in the phone booth. Have a look at this. Alijah Vera absolutely annihilates him. This is a massacre against one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. And from a technique perspective, it is perfect. AVT, quick out of his stance, moves well to his right hand side, but look at his hand placement. Tight to the inside, and the effect that it has on Myles Garrett. His head and his shoulder pads pop straight up. He stands Garrett up. AVT wins with those tight hands, wins the leverage battle, and as a result, Myles Garrett right hand misplaces, shoots right over the shoulder, and he is powerless. AVT drops the anchor, works his feet through the base, repositions, and absolutely stonewalls. This is as dominant a rep as you will get against a all-pro caliber player like Myles Garrett. Alijah Vera, tip of the hat, ignore what else happens on the play. This is about number 75 and how dominant he was to start the season. But then the injuries hit, and week 4, we're going to see Alijah Vera playing at left tackle where he played at USC. No problem at all. Going to go one-on-one against the Steelers' good edges, did not allow a pressure all game long. Right hand side of your screen, look at the patience of his hands, the execution, and the ability to once again sustain the block and keep moving his feet around the edge. I really like how he doesn't shoot his hands early. He identifies the spin move. We're going to punch. Does a fantastic job stalling the momentum of the edge rusher. We're going to reposition our hands and we're just going to work him around the corner and ring to keep Zach Wilson safe. It's about the initial patience, the punch, the execution and timing, and then the ability to continue to work the rush around the arc, to finish the block, to keep the pocket clean. These are the things you love to see in pass protection. It was only 1 or 2 games, but man, AVT was also extremely impressive at left tackle. And then to finish the season, 2 games from Alijah Vera at right tackle, a place he'd never started in his career. And you want to guess what happened? He excelled there as well. The movement skills, the fluidity in space, they are on display here on this pin pull action. AVT, look at the job he does. Eye discipline, open up that lane for Breece Hall, and we get a flag to tack on as well. But looking at Alijah Vera specifically, the movement skills out of his stance as the pulling guard in this pin pull look, and then look at the eyes. He sees the linebacker shifting through the formation, head flips to the inside, and look at the hip flip, the ability to seal block to the inside, and that lane you're seeing right there is because of Alijah Vera. The vision, the instincts, and the fluidity with his hips, his movement, and his body in space is just superb. This is perfection from a very big man. Alijah Vera starting at right tackle, left tackle, right guard. It didn't matter. These skills translated all over the line, and he honestly played like an all-pro. He just couldn't figure out where his best position was. Alijah Vera on the pin pull, smooth as you like. This is awesome. And then the last rep against the Dolphins again, you're going to see him on the backside of what I would call a wide zone wineback. I think this is a designed cutback from the Jets. Have a look at what he does to Christian Wilkins. Again, this is a high-level NFL player, a really good defensive tackle. AVT on the left-hand side of your screen washes him down the line of scrimmage, and look at the cutback lane that he opens up. The displacement that AVT gets. He drives him from just outside the left hash as you're looking at the field all the way across the field to the opposite side. Grown man strength, exactly what you're taught in an outside zone. You want to get your man, catch him, and drive him the direction that he's going, and AVT is superb in this instance. Doesn't matter if it's the running game, if it's out in space as a pass blocker on a screen, whether it's in pass protection, AVT excelled all year long, and that's why I think he was the Jets' most valuable player in 2022. So guys, there's a taste of what Alijah Vera did last season. He is phenomenal. If he can stick in one position this season, I honestly believe that he's going to be an all-pro in 2023.